What is up, guys? Bitch42 here, and welcome to this week's installment of The Rise of the Scythe and Shield.
Oh, what a great show!
What a great series, man. What a great series.
Well, let's go.
But due to some complications this week, we weren't able to actually record a full episode.
Yeah.
Because you suck.
Wow, thank you.
No one asked you.
No one asked you, Jasper.
Yeah, shut up, Jasper.
But due to some complications, we weren't able to get like a full-blown episode out this week. So I decided that it would be funny if we got the whole, well, almost the whole cast ready for an episode and just did like a quick little Q&A session, sort of kind of thing. Yeah, cool. So we're gonna go around the table. So bird person, introduce yourself, who you are, what your name is, you know, anything you want, really.
Who's going first?
I said bird person.
Oh, no.
Bird.
Hello,
Hi,
it has
Burb.
been a tough meeting.
Hi, Bird.
Hello.
Hi, Bird.
Hello, I'm Claire, but I'm also Kaylee and Burb. Hello.
Hi,
I don't know what to say.
Wow, it's middle school all over again.
Scary child.
Literally what's happening.
Alright, see you guys.
Look, you just made her leave.
All right, we're continuing going through the introductions all the way to our left. Zafina, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I play Safina. That's literally all I do.
Yep.
No, but we love you!
Yeah. All right, next woman in the room.
Hello, I'm Megan A, but I'm played by Ray, and I mean, my character is supposed to be really smart, but in real life, I'm actually really stupid, so this is very ironic.
Can confirm.
Can confirm. Very can confirm.
All right. Okay, across the table from me, I think we
really
should all know
just
who this
exposed
is.
myself.
We'll go across the table.
Wait, who is this?
I don't know. Who do you think it is, Pat?
Oh, it's definitely the main character.
I think that you caught my stupid.
Don't worry, it's Pat. Do I have to explain who I am?
Yes, you do have to explain.
I'm the YouTuber owTreyalP!
Shut up! You're
All right.
echoing off me. Be quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a girl? You've got one in your intro.
For those of you who don't know, Pat and I live together. Okay, that's.
I have the kick zoo command up and running again, just in case I need to.
No, don't do it.
And speaking of zoo, Prince Jasper, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Zoo. I like long walks on the beaches, except I don't. I'm
No
very
one
introverted.
cares, Jasper!
Thanks. That's very much like my real life.
Do I love
situation, and I do-
Yeah, like in
You're being mean. Stop being mean.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Do I love you?
And then
What a
obviously,
coincidence.
hi.
I love me too.
We can't even get through the
42,
intros without
aka
dying.
Mitchell. How you doing?
Bringing you another fantastic video.
Yep, as I try. I knew this was gonna be a cluster. The moment I thought of the idea.
Help.
But yeah, so we're here for a little Q&A session between the whole staff. I mean, there's other staff that isn't here, obviously, but shouts outs to them. They help out with the series. Obviously, Lily makes the thumbnails. We also have Aaron Lazuli who plays the Queen. And we've got some other people on the sidelines that are slowly being put in. As you guys might have saw last episode, we had Zara play the King. And we've got a few other people slowly, you know, getting their way into the series as time goes on. But Pat, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go
Pufferfish!
first for questions?
Stop throwing pufferfish.
Don't throwing fish around the table.
All right, so you want me to
Look, I
answer
like
questions?
fish,
All right,
okay?
so basically
Come on,
we
just talk about pufferfish.
we asked questions in our community tab yesterday, which actually when this video goes out, it's 2 days ago. We asked stuff in our community post that we were going to ask questions about everything. So a bunch of you have written questions. So I personally haven't seen any of them because I like to read them, like, you know, on the go. So I guess you want me to mention one right off the bat?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so the first one, the top one right off the bat is, hey, Pat, do you like Megan A more than a friend?
Oh
my god, it's just like it's like spin the bottle like off the
Yeah,
back.
I know. And then Megan A just
Well,
looks at you like,
Well,
well.
I'm right here. You might as well
come
tell
on.
me.
I want your tail.
Here's my tails.
Tail. Pat gets to fluff the tail. That's all. Literally, Pat's main
That was
goal.
the point of this Q&A session. We thank you guys very much for joining us.
The tail has been fluffed.
wait, Jessica,
Therefore,
back.
Zero, you can go back to ruling your kingdom. Go for it.
Yeah.
Can I go back
Sit
to my
down.
egg?
There we go. All right, but
Um,
yes. Okay, so
I guess
there we go.
character-wise, we'll see over time.
Over time.
Over
you
time,
will
we'll see
learn
what
some.
happens.
There's actually a couple questions I saw in here that related more towards like a romantic side with characters, not just my character, but like all the characters in general.
Makes sense.
And just a heads up, yeah, there could be some.
There could be some of
relationships
the
Whoa.
the
Ooh,
hitting on people
Ooh.
and then the crushing.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I don't know what this thing called relationships is.
As you
It's okay. You're too young.
As you should.
Oh,
You are small. It's okay.
You can barely get on the rides in Disneyland. Come
You're
on.
like
I'm
two-
like,
You're
I'm
2
like
weeks
7
old.
days. I'm like 2, yeah, like 2 weeks. I thought it was like 7 days. thought it
Actually,
was
I don't know how old you are. When were you
I think I'm literally just like a week old.
Yeah, at this
Wait,
point, I think
how
you're
long
only
were you
like
guys
5
in my
days.
house for?
Oh yeah,
like
I
a
probably
week.
am just like, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
I'm
you
like
are a
a
week old.
I'm a week old.
There's another question for the audience. She's about a week old at this point.
There
I'm
you
a
go.
week old.
All right.
Yay!
So,
Mitch,
all right.
go
So
ahead.
I got on my side. Jessica Fleming. Oh yeah, who said your?
Oh, by the way, it was Alpha
yeah.
Alpha Froster Eternal Enderwolf. My God, you have
Nice.
a long name. What's up?
Long name. Thank you for your questions.
Long name, but a welcome.
So I have Jessica Fleming here who put multiple questions. I'm only going to do 2 of them because I want to save other ones for later because a lot of people also asked this other question. But the first question is, why did you decide to do this roleplay? And the second question is also, how is it shooting the IRL scene in the first time?
Oh, I'm actually
Oh, that's a good
very
question.
happy someone actually
Yes.
asked about the IRL stuff.
I am also
Oh,
very
no.
excited.
All right,
That's
so
I'm
go ahead.
happy
Since it was asked to you go ahead and explain as much as you can, Mitch.
Okay, so the deciding of the roleplay was I wanted to do a Shield Hero something when the series was out. I just didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I think, originally me and Alicia were gonna do something with it.
Yeah, it's
but
just your
then,
idea. at
Yeah,
first.
but then we went into thinking into the roleplay territory because I was doing roleplays more often.
Yeah.
And then from there, Pat was like, "Hey, we want to do a roleplay together, like we did back with Fairy Tale." And I was like, "Cool, I already have an idea I'm working on." So we went from there, and then obviously it became what it is. I don't want to go full into why we made it and stuff like that because there are other questions that do relate to that. But deciding the roleplay was really easy because Shield Hero was something that I knew we could pull off. There were a lot of other animes out there that I would love to do, but are incredibly difficult to pull off in Minecraft.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But deciding roleplay was because we loved Shield Hero, and we can't wait for the other anime seasons to come out. We're very excited for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am hyped for a second season.
Yeah, so very
Second
hyped
and third
for second and
season.
third.
Oh yes.
Yeah. But that was why I decided on it. We really liked the anime, and we thought that not only would it be possible to pull off in Minecraft, but we could pull it off well.
Yeah.
And the IRL scene was something I brought up with Pat because when we were thinking about doing the series, in the first episode of Shield Hero, Nafumi gets sucked into the world via a book in a library. So I thought that it would be interesting, instead of like us getting sucked in by something else or doing it in Minecraft, that it would be cool to do it as an IRL scene, so that way our IRL subs would get sucked into Minecraft in a sense,
Yep.
to then be in the Shield Hero world. And we decided to do it. We borrowed a book from Rachel's house in Maine.
Yeah.
and
Random book.
went from there.
The book is actually the history.
We did it on a
of
beach.
Yeah.
the history
Basically,
of
this series
Bridgeton.
is an excuse for Pat and Mitch to actually get their anime girlfriends.
Heck
Mhm.
yeah! Yeah, boy.
No, but can we just
Except-
say that the ducks in the IRL scene, they were really annoying.
Oh yeah, we had to
we
do
had a lot of
multiple-
issues with ducks.
Yeah.
One of
via
them like almost
post-recording.
bit me and I screamed while we were recording.
I think I still have that clip. I may not, but
I
Please.
hope so.
I might have
was so
deleted
funny.
it, but it might be on my camera
That was so
when I
funny.
did it. So I hope so.
All
Yeah,
right.
that was it. That question. Thank you very much, Jessica.
Yeah. All right. So I guess I'll go ahead and do one for here. I guess I'm gonna go because I'm getting a lot of these questions because they're asking a lot of questions pertaining to my Scythe, because Mitch's shield is, you know, going through different properties and basically, but there are questions as to if my Scythe, my lovely Scythe here, that's just as big as a freaking table, is gonna do anything else. I don't want to like spoil particularly too much, because if I told you,
Safina's getting stabbed.
Safina's dead.
There we go. I'll stab Mitch. There we go. Much better.
Yeah.
Nope.
If I
Still
don't
stabbing.
want to spoil stuff, because if I spoil it for you guys, I feel like the surprise would be not there. But expect the Scythe to do other things. What those things are, we'll just have to figure that out. You'll have to see on the next episode of the Scythe of the Scythe.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you'll have to figure that out. But you know, I think there was like at least I saw like 5 or 6 of these questions that were asking about the Scythe in general. Yeah, there could be other things that happen. It is a legendary weapon after a while, just like Mitch's pathetic shield. So you know. Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
It does. Scythe turns into gun. That is pointing at Jasper's
and my
head.
Scythe, I just hit right click and I block.
I could take the shot right now.
Take the shot.
Take the shot.
Do it.
Do it. You won't.
Do it.
Oh god, it's so loud. I left my sounds on.
No shooting inside my house.
Jesus
Look.
Christ.
So thank you to
ears.
everybody who was asking about that, because I got like 5
Also,
or
don't
6
mind
of
the
them.
fire trucks going by my house.
I can't even hear them. I know
Okay.
you guys can, but no, I can't even do it.
They probably can.
I can't hear him.
All right, so Mitch, go ahead. We're gonna do a number of these, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna let this go for a little bit. It's kind of like a weird podcast in a sense, because it's literally what it is. So I saw this question pop up a lot in the comments as well, which it's like a half kind of spoiler, but half not in a sense, because it is something I planned on doing. And it says, this is from Hiccup32, and along with a lot of other people asking, will you bring more characters into this series, and will they be like the ones from the anime? And I also saw other people saying along the lines of, will other YouTubers be joining the series? So to elaborate on that, I do plan on bringing more characters in. As you guys saw last episode, we had the King, who is voiced by Zaru. My plan is to have additional characters slowly be put in, either just for like an episode, or like to be a character that we'll see throughout the series, or, you know, just a one-time thing. I do want that to happen. But I also want to get some of my friends to voice different characters every now and then, just to add more, like an element, instead of hearing like the same people voice the same characters and stuff like that. I think it's more fun that way, and it gets other people in just for like a quick little cameo or something along those lines. And will it be more like the anime?
Hearing me voice Ain't Tiffany.
Yeah. We can't have Zoo voice that. But will they be kind of like the anime? In a sense, yes, but in a sense, no. So, like for instance, what we did with the Queen and the Prince. So as you guys know, in the anime, the Queen and the Princess are kind of like, not the Queen and the Princess. The King and the Princess are on the bad side. If you didn't know this, it's literally first episode, so I'm not spoiling it.
5 minutes in.
It's literally the first episode of Shield Hero. Go watch it. But we decided that since they were bad, we would do a reverse, where like the Queen would be bad and the King would be somewhat good, or maybe kind of neutral, or some sorts of like that.
Yeah.
And then have the Prince and Princess roles also swap. Given kind of like a similar feel to the anime, but it being vastly different in a sense, because now these characters' personalities are way different. Why is there wine on the table?
Yeah.
Who's drinking?
Who's
It's
popping out
me.
the champagne?
It's the bird.
You are a week old. You are not allowed to.
I'm not allowed to drink that at this table.
None of that.
No
None of
booze
that.
at the table, you child.
But yeah, so you're definitely going to see more characters over time. How important they will be to the series, I guess, comes down to what we believe would be good for the story, in a sense. but I think I answered that pretty well.
I would say so.
So-
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
So thank you for your questions.
There you go. All right.
Hey.
So let's see here. I'm going through a lot of them. Lots of them. I'm trying to think of like one that would be for kind of like all of us. Actually, you know what? We could probably do another thing. A couple of people are asking. I've seen like a few of them pop up once again on mine. A lot of people are asking similar questions. And that basically is, how long do you plan on making this series? And if this series, like, what are you gonna do if this series, our series, ends before season 2 even begins? Like, of the anime. Because right now we don't even know when season 2, the exact
Yeah,
date.
we
just
sadly
just
we
know
don't
it's
have
coming.
that power.
It's coming. Like, that's all we know. It's coming. Season 2 and season 3 of the actual anime are confirmed, and also the manga, and I bet the light novel, if there is I'm assuming there's a light novel.
There is a light novel.
It always
there is.
starts out as a light novel. So, like, that stuff keeps going for a long time. So, technically, like, how long we're going to want to do this series? Well, I'm not sure, like, episode length. I mean, as it is, are we, like, episode 6 or 7 at this point?
We're on episode. We're almost in double digits.
Yeah, we're almost.
Are we?
We're getting there.
We're getting there. I think we're, like, 7 or 8 at this point. And,
Wow, doesn't feel like it's been that long.
We've been doing the series for like a month and a half now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we started in November.
Yep, we finally did it. I mean, we've had the series on our brain since summer, but we finally started getting it. And, like, you know, a month and a half ago. And you guys already know that we do this every single week, kind of like how an anime is. So, how long we want to do it for? Well, I don't really know if we have, like, this is how many episodes it's going to be. It's just basically, like, until we can wrap up enough to say that's enough for a season? I think that's pretty much how we're going to say it. Basically, don't expect it to be done anytime soon.
I would definitely say that.
I would say
Next
forever.
episode, series cancelled. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Hiatus forever. Channel deleted. Goodbye. Yeah, really. But
You're fired, Jasper.
You're fired.
Okay.
But
Don't steal my lines.
oh no, you break.
Hey, you're fixing that! You're fixing that!
I can't leave. I can't.
Good, you're trapped.
You were trapped.
Yeah, you stay in there. No, you go
Yeah.
back in.
So
Stay.
while Jasper repairs the house, basically, yeah, we don't expect the series to end anytime soon. We really don't have any date or any, like, you know, episode frame as to when that's supposed to be. Just assume that we are.
It's gonna go for a bit.
It's gonna go for a bit, and during that time, you might even expect a couple others to show up, like different role plays in general, entirely.
Yeah. For
could
either
be
of our channels.
for, well, anybody who records, period. Because there's a lot of people that actually, I mean, like Mitch and I record we're basically the only people that record this series, but I mean, we have plenty of other people in the series that also have their own YouTube channels that record on their stuff, so expect stuff from them too, that aren't related to this series. So, you know, there's enough to go around. I'm just going to say this way. There's enough to go around.
There's enough content
There's
to
a
be
lot.
spread for
There's
a while.
enough content. So
There's
I wouldn't
enough
worry.
idea stuff.
Yeah, as long as the ideas are flowing, which we've got plenty that we haven't even explored yet. So yeah. All right. So thank you everyone who was asking that. That was like another like 3, 4, 5 people that were asking that. So, and I'm not saying names, but like it's because there's a decent amount of you doing it. So thank you.
This is a lot.
All right. So go ahead, Mitch. You up.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick one here that wasn't really. I didn't see a lot of it, but I thought it was funny to bring up with everybody. Which is it's a question from Crystal, and this is for everyone in the cast. If you could change one thing about your character or about the series, what would you change?
Oh.
What?
Yeah, so this is something for your personal character, like if you wanted to change something for them, or like swap something around for them, something maybe you don't like that you would want to change, or something about the series that you would want to change.
I want Mitch gone.
Wow. You know what? Good luck keeping this plot going, man. You know what? Good luck. Here's my shield. Have a nice day.
No, you're
No,
not
you
allowed to
can't
do
take
it.
it
That's
off.
you're breaking the fourth wall.
Mitch, you're not allowed to take it off, remember?
Yeah, I know.
Breaking You can't take it
no,
off.
I've broken.
Also, why is there a wheelchair in here?
No, we're not in SNL. Get this out of here.
All right, so I
You
guess
guys
Mitch,
doing to my house?
Mitch, you go first since this was last for you.
Oh, jeez. All right, I'm gonna throw on the spot for the question.
It's your question. It was asked to you.
One thing that I would want to change about myself for the series, or the series in general. I would say it being not weekly, but that's definitely impossible because of our schedules.
Yeah.
Between me and Pat, we're just very busy.
Until we can figure something else out. I mean,
yeah, until something else. I would love to try and do 2 a week, but I think it would be way too much for us.
I
On
mean,
top of
in the
everything else.
future, it might happen.
It
But-
might.
But we have
we'll
to.
see.
We have to.
No spoilers, chol.
I know. There's a lot of things
I
that
can't help it.
need to be talked about behind the scenes. So,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, but
I guess for my character, I mean, I like the way I am. I just wish I was a little stronger.
strong.
a little strong boy.
Yeah. All right. So, do we want to go around the same clock? Like, make a.
Yeah, we can
Kaylee
go
first?
from like.
Go ahead, Kaylee.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kaylee. You're on the spot now.
I don't know. I like the way Claire is. She's such a bean.
Who tortures my soul?
Mother, why are you like? I want. Okay, I have. You know what? I do have a thing I want to change. I want Mitch to be nicer to me.
Wow.
There you go.
Calling me
I
out.
want Mother to love me more.
All right. So, Alicia, if you want to say
I
anything,
like my character.
like your
I just
character.
I would maybe just change the eye color to brown because I feel like, or red. I feel like it would fit.
Oh, red.
That's just me.
Wow, that was not a characteristic
see
I
it.
expected.
Why?
I was thinking like personality-wise, or it was like eye color. I was like, okay, simple enough, easy to go.
Yeah. Go ahead, Hun. You're next.
Oh god, that's tough.
I know it is a tough question.
I
That's
know.
why I
So
chose
tough. I'm just considering my character. My character's she seems like very like serious and uptight all the time. I wish she would just relax. Like I hope like later on she'll relax more and get more goofy. But it's just right now there's just a lot of stuff going on.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I wish. I wish for her to just like relax a little more.
Mm-hmm.
She's just very like go go go. We need to do this.
Exactly. Okay, so for me, how I would like to change the series, I wish we knew how to import models better, or
Yeah.
make models, because we have a bunch of other series like the Origin series where people have their own custom models and everything like that. And we're still at the point where we're borrowing models from other mods. I mean, hence my goddamn Scythe is from the Ruby mod. I mean, it's not. It's not a real
different
weapon.
version.
It's a different version. It's like the Grim version or whatever. I don't know. But it's from Ruby. It's like Crescent Rose. So I wish that we were able to make our own models a little bit better. That being said, though, I'm fine with how everything looks. It looks good, but I wish that we could be more creative with modeling, and I wish it was easier to do that because we ain't artistic. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But maybe in the future we could start figuring that out more. It's just once again time constraints are a thing. Oh my god. And then one thing about my character personally, I mean I like the character. It's basically just me in real life. But you know what? I want Pat to fluff Megu's tail more. There you go.
Yeah.
More tail fluffing.
Here you go.
More tail fluffing. There we go. Good.
We'll make it canon.
There
We'll
you
make
go.
it canon, okay? It's gonna happen. I want it to happen too.
All right, go
personally.
ahead, Jasper.
I don't know. I really do love playing villains or bully-esque characters, but I think if there was one thing I could change, I think it'd be an aesthetic decision.
Oh no!
That's me.
I don't have chat on, so I can't see.
Get that crap out of there.
I was really kept him.
You can't go?
He had to
Oh,
ask him if he
no.
was gonna do that. And I'm really glad he did.
I was
I
wondering
hate
when you were gonna
that.
pull that out again.
Oh no, he got kicked.
Oh, he a blue boy now. He
Nice.
blue boy. Oh,
Yes. Oh my lord.
I hate it.
I mean, I could go for the I could have gone for the other option.
Oh no.
Hey, at least I don't feel nearly as bad anymore.
Damn, you couldn't even got it with like me with my beard or like my long hair. It had to be like kind of a crappy
That
one.
looks like a really old photo of you.
It does
It's
look
really,
old.
it does look really old.
It's from your face reveal video.
Oh my god, that was so long ago. Jesus. Could have just looked up a recent video, you know?
I could have, but I'm lazy.
He was like going on my search. He was like, face.
I mean, yeah.
My god. Alright.
All right, Pat. I think we're gonna do one more piece from us.
One more piece from us? Alright, so that means...
I think so.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that. Let me look around and find one then, because I saw like a couple that I could... actually, you know what? We'll go into this like a brief discussion about it. And someone asked us, which is the name Coffee Slayer. Me too, dude. Coffee's the best. It says, Pat, are you gonna have more than one opening for this series? Now, when it came to the opening, like, okay, straight off the bat, thank you guys for loving the opening to this thing.
And the ending.
And the ending. I
'Cause
spent...
that was all this man across the table. That was all him.
hours upon hours upon hours of scripting. Well, okay, I'm not going to take all the credit because Mitch did stitch together the song for the opening. That wasn't me. That was him.
Yep, I had to edit that song to make it work.
Yeah, which what we mean by stitching is that the song is actually 3 minutes and you cut it apart so that it fits into a 1 minute. So you like cut certain sections out and you have to like, you know, put it on the beat and everything. If you don't know anything about music, it's a little harder to explain. But yeah, so he did the stitching for it. And when it came to the opening and the ending, I personally spent, how long was that? It was like 8 hours.
Long time.
It was like 5 hours of planning, 8 hours of, no, 4 more hours of recording, and then 8 hours of editing it. Because I had to learn certain editing styles. Like the whole glitching effect, like I didn't know how to freaking do that before. So I had to do that.
So what tutorials are for?
Exactly. I was looking up a lot of Adobe tutorials then. But I'm super surprised. I'm super happy of how it came out because that was the first time ever doing a very in-depth intro that had more than just introducing a character, but actually had somewhat of a story attached to it. And like foreshadowing.
It's my favorite intro that out of any of our friends have done for any roleplay, as well as outro. So.
Pat's like, yes, right second.
Just kidding. Everyone else's are really. I like the other ones that we do, but I feel like that one came out super freaking well. But now what he's saying that is there going to be another intro? I would say. For this particular, I would say, okay, let's put it on the table that there might be.
I'm gonna say a big maybe.
A maybe
but if
on
we
the
do
first
seasons.
season. If we do a second season of this, yes, there will be another intro. If we're doing like a longer season 1, and the plot of the season is nothing that has to do with the intro, which basically the intro, if you guys aren't getting it, is like us meeting Claire, us meeting Megu. And then the first wave. That's what the story of that intro is. And then if we're doing stuff past that during season 1, there is a possibility that you will see something different. But if we're doing a season 2, which y'all loving it, so I wouldn't expect why we wouldn't do a season 2. But it's just a matter of when.
Season 2.
Season 2.
During this
But if there is,
Thank you for joining us, everyone.
yeah.
There she goes.
But if there's a
The end of
second,
the video.
when the second season goes out, yes, there will be another one. These ones take a long
Yeah,
freaking time.
it's just when season 2 happens, and if we do a season 2, that's what it all comes down to.
basically, yeah. And with the outro, same damn thing. But I'm glad you guys are really liking it because I put my heart and soul in that, and I freaking like lost hours of sleep because of it. So I'm glad you guys are liking
We
it.
enjoy being a part of it.
Yeah, that was
We really enjoy it.
very good. And maybe next time I'll try to like model some stuff a little bit more than just recording it all in Minecraft, but actually do like renders and stuff for it.
Ooh.
Might try to do something.
Make it look sexy.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, You know, like one of those intros where like, you know, they have like the like still images of like a fight going on, but it's like
Oh, yeah,
360
yeah.
look of it, where like there's a camera and you can see like all the different angles of it and stuff like that. Maybe something like that, but that's a long time away. We're not even, I'm not even
that's a lot
thinking
of
about it.
editing.
I'm just spitting out ideas, but
My brain hurts thinking about it.
yeah, that's a lot. So, yeah, but thank you, Coffee Slayer, for the question. Thank you basically to everybody who's been enjoying the intro. And expect more, especially when it comes to other role plays. Okay, personally for me, if I'm doing more role plays, we'll see more. But if we're doing ones with all of us to it, yes, there will be. I will not, like, you know, take it like easy for them. It's going to be as intense, if not more intense, in the future ones. That's just the start. That's the start. That's the beginning. That's my first attempt. That's my first attempt at it. So it's only going to get better. There. All right. Mitch, go ahead. Go ahead for the last
Okay.
one.
So for this last question, I also saw this pop up a few times. It wasn't a very popular question, which I was surprised at, to be honest. But I figured I'd kind of like mash the 2 or 3 that I saw into like one, because they're all kind of based around the same thing. And it's basically, how do you guys write out your story? Do you plan on keeping it like in touch with the anime/manga and like deciding on what lore stays in and what lore you take out? And then also about how difficult is it to make this kind of series? That's where we're gonna end it on.
That's actually a really
questions.
good question. See, like
Good
when
job,
it,
Paul.
Do I not have to ask my question?
Oh yeah. You don't worry. You're gonna ask that question.
Oh,
Alright.
good.
lovely.
All right.
It's directed
Oh,
towards.
question?
Oh god, yeah. But anyways, let's go. Let's
sorry.
go talk about this thing. Okay, so I guess you could relate this. Okay, the last part of that question, you could relate it to any of these like role plays that we do, including like the Origins ones. Oh my god, the amount of
time.
planning. Oh my god. Okay, just like a heads up of like how long it takes an Origins roleplay to get off the ground is like 2 to 3 months.
Or more.
Or more. Like right now I know that Supernatural Origins is currently the current Origins one. Personally, in my series it just didn't work out for me, and I'm not doing it, but Mitch is still doing it on his.
Yeah, Vamp Dad.
And like
Vamp Father.
yeah, and a lot of us are part of the Origins, regardless of that. But we're like planning like the future ones, and we've been talking about it for like months behind the scenes. This stuff takes forever. And when it comes to like a series like this one took months. This one took like 4 or 5 months.
Well, besides it just even like getting off the ground, we started it in what? Maybe
July, and it started in November.
Yeah.
Like it was like 5 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
was a
almost
long
at the
thought
end.
process.
It is a long thought process because also too you have to think about not just the story. Okay, the story elements like that's the easy part. Okay, the story is actually sometimes the easier part. Thinking of what to do in the series. Another part is first thinking, especially if you're going to do a role play with multiple people, you got to figure out their time schedules. I mean, as it is, we talk to people that are across the world right now.
Yeah.
Like Zoo.
Like Zoo.
It's
So
almost 2 a.m. I am very tired.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
it is
Yeah.
it is very late for this man, and we talked to a lot of people. Like Zaro's in it, and he's in Norway, same boat. And then you think of
Same boat.
same bro.
Boat.
but and a lot of people in Origins entirely. Like we have Jakey who's in Hong Kong, and he like it's just all over the place. So you have to think of like the time frames for everybody. Then you have to we have to figure out who's going to be in the series, like who wants to put the
Hop in and whatnot.
yeah.
I was
exactly.
added on a whim.
You were added on a whim, and we're glad you took it.
Yeah.
Basically, a lot of people are like, "Hey, you want to do this?"
Yeah. That's literally how our invites go. It's literally we just DM somebody that we know, and we're like, hey, you want to join us for episode 2? And they're like, okay. And we're like, dope. And then we drag them in.
Like, and you
And
are.
we're
how they got
and we
ours.
rope them up against the chair and hold them hostage.
That's what happened to me. Please help. Send help.
I haven't seen my family in weeks.
But between like the planning, and then there's also setting up characters, and then the plot. Like, luckily for this, we're basing it off of something that already exists.
Yeah.
So when we have to use like lore, like that they were asking about, like lore,
We go on.
we
Wiki.
wanted to stay with it, but not be the exact same.
Yeah. You have to go on like the wiki. Like we go on the wiki to like make sure like, okay, if we do this, is this kind of like what happens? Like it could happen. It's something that could do it. Yeah, you have to be pretty faithful. Oh, one thing also too that people don't realize is setting up servers and mod packs for this thing. That's something no one thinks about until they're like, wait, how are we doing this? Because they're like, crap, now you have to make a mod pack. Thankfully, like with these particular mods, if at one point we're in Minecraft 1.12.2 for people who don't know, that version of Minecraft is what most our roleplays are. Unlike I sometimes do stuff in 1.7.10 because Dragon Block is 1.7. But thankfully in 1.12, like all mods work together. But if you try something in a different version of Minecraft, like 1.7, like I was saying, a lot of stuff doesn't work together. Dragon Block doesn't work with like anything. So you have to like figure out what works and what conflicts. And it can be a painful process. And I will say right now, sometimes it also destroys series before they even start when you realize that you can't even make a mod pack for it. Very saddening, but I've had that happen to myself a couple of times where I'm like, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, oh, you can't do it. You can't do it. Yeah, so there's a lot that goes into this. There's a lot of planning, but like, I'm assuming people are asking this particular thing too because they want to know. Like they want to do it themselves. And I recommend to do it. Like making your own stories is something my favorite thing on YouTube. Like, yeah, I do a bunch of different stuff, and we all do it. I know Kaylee's just dancing and ignoring the shit out of it. But like,
she's just vibing.
It's 40 minutes in, I could swear.
She's vibing to Pat's really long speech.
Yeah, honestly, she's just like, this is like, I love this song. But, yeah, because on YouTube, like Mitch and I, everyone here does a bunch of different stuff on YouTube besides just role plays. Like, yeah, we have like people in Origins that are strict roleplay, like, Brian, Richie, Panda, Xylo. There's a bunch of them, like they're just strict,
for the most part, everyone is strict
roleplay. But Mitch and I go off and do other things besides roleplays. But like, I still think roleplays are probably like the best thing to make because you basically create something out of the ground. And
you take your little baby and you make it grow up before your eyes.
Exactly.
Like Claire.
No. She hasn't grown up yet.
But she's gonna grow up eventually.
Look, she's got to be tall enough to ride the rides at Disney World before she grows up.
Aw,
What can make her leave?
Poor Seth.
It's a small world, is
You're
a
being
ride.
a
She can
bad
ride.
mom.
It's a small world after all.
Don't go back, please.
Yeah. Oh God, she fly!
Don't fly
Put it
in
in
the
the house,
house.
put it in the house, get it out.
That's the same, Mitch. If you have anything else to
Get
add
the
for
net.
it before I go off on a goddamn monologue, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like, just setting up a roleplay can be difficult depending on what you want to do. I mean, that was like an earlier thing we kind of spoke about too. But a lot of the behind-the-scenes work is hard because, especially for roleplay like this, we need body actors, we need voice actors, we need to have a plot of setting where we want it to be. And then once we get all this recorded, it's like, okay, now we have story. How do we make this evolve in it? Whether we're just doing a regular first-person scene like we're doing now, where we're just talking to each other, or if we're going the extra mile and making a machinima, which is third-person camera work. So it's like, who's going to record what? How do we get the scenes to work the way we want it to? Then there's the editing process, the music process, and then rendering, and then uploading. It's a lot.
Oh, thumbnails too on top of it.
Thumbnails.
Trying to figure out who can make thumbnails as well.
Yeah.
Because Lily makes our
Like,
thumbnails.
it is a lot of work, but to see it at the end of the day, when you see how people feel about it, and how positive it has been since we started, it's worth it.
I was gonna say, this is like one of our best role plays that we've done.
Oh, this has been
long
my
time.
favorite, and I don't
so?
know why. I don't know if it's something we're with me and you, but like, it's always been my favorites when it's been me and you working on them. Oh, shut the hell up!
I ship it.
Well, I mean,
Mitch loves us. Mitch loves us.
Oh god,
Mother.
that'd be nice for 2 seconds, and it gets taken out.
Mother's love.
no, I was gonna
I've got
say,
my list.
I second that. I still think Fairy Tale New Generation's my favorite.
Yeah, man.
Because that's like what got us off the ground. That was like our first like actual role play, and it freaking blue.
And now we do them a little better.
And that's how I found you.
Yeah, like, and it doesn't take us like 8 hours to do the first scene of a roleplay.
Mostly like not in my brother's room anymore.
Yeah, there was so much that went into that, and
There's
thinking
no
like
more chimes anymore.
there is no more chimes. I need a grandfather clock in my next place just to have chimes. But like, there's from what we came from, like these role plays are the best, I think. And like second.
We always have a good time.
Yeah, like
It's almost as if people improve over time or something.
weird
Yeah.
weird concept.
So weird.
Very
Wouldn't
weird
know.
concept.
Wouldn't know.
Yep, wouldn't freaking know. Recording on trash tier laptops and all of a
Yeah,
sudden-
I can't remember if there was any other parts of the question yesterday because we've been talking for so long about that question.
No, you touched
To be
upon the
honest,
rest
I
of it.
personally don't remember.
You touched upon the rest of it because you were asking about
I recorded.
you were asking about if you were going to relate this to the series,
Slightly less trash.
Oh yeah, okay. That
which
was
we've
Mine's
already
not
touched
that
upon
trash.
already.
okay. Cool.
So yeah, we
Dope.
got it. You got it. All right. So
We did it.
So thank you.
So thank you everybody for joining us. People on my side. Oh yes, Alicia. Jesus, I'm sorry. Ask
Alicia.
your question. Give Safina the floor. Let the mute talk.
no.
Go ahead.
Thanks. So I saw this on Pat's community tab, and I thought it was
No, I'm not
funny.
playing Final Stand. What?
No. And this was really random and has nothing to do with roleplays, but I thought it was funny. So someone asked you if you prefer the brand Gucci or Versace more.
I saw that
What?
freaking going through the through that message. I have no idea. All right.
Damn, you don't gotta yell that loud. It echoes.
I have no freaking idea. How I buy stuff at Walmart. Like, what do you want from me?
Wow,
What do you
Pat, you're
think I
really
am?
exposing us.
Dude, wait, what kind of YouTuber do you think I am that's affording Gucci type stuff? Dude, I'm wearing
You mean
sweatpants
you're
from Good.
not Rice Gum?
I'm wearing
Man.
sweatpants from Goodwill. What else do you want from
I can
me?
barely afford this instant ramen.
You're
What do
wearing
you want?
pants from Walmart.
Yeah, which is like $5. Like, that's enough. I can barely afford rent. Chill.
All right.
Jesus.
That's a
Alright,
funny
well, I
ass
think-
question, though. I will admit.
I think with that question, we're gonna end off here because it's almost been 45 minutes.
Yeah, I
Oh
am
my
about
gosh.
50 minutes of recording this.
Oh,
So
God.
for the people on my side,
Anyways,
he's gone. Thank God. So for people on my side, I don't because Pat doesn't really do premieres that often. So for the people who are here for the premiere for this, thank you very much. I know it's a very long one. So hopefully you guys did enjoy it and a little bit fun on the behind the scenes stuff. I'll give you a hug
My
later.
hug.
at my end, I hope
wanna-
you enjoyed
I
the
want
10
hug
ads.
Oh,
Give me all that
That's
ad
fine, I
revenue.
use ad block.
evil boy.
Wow.
You're one of them. No.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for this. If you want us to do something else like this in the future, like I think I definitely want to have a video with me and Pat where we kind of just sit down and have like sort of like a podcast chat about like YouTube and stuff. I think that'd be really fun.
You
between
guys should
just
do
me and
another
you.
real life video. Like how you did in my summer house.
Yeah.
Wait, we're
Or
supposed
something
to
along
get Pat
those
in a dress.
That was supposed to be for 200K, and now we're almost at 250K a year and a half later. I need
So-
to get a dress.
Get a dress.
Go get a dress.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot.
We'll
It's
get you
gonna be-
measured.
we're gonna be demonetized because of just how amazing it's gonna be.
His sex appeal is gonna be off the charts.
Oh, God.
Would you wear a wig with the dress though? That's
Yeah,
the
I go
question.
all out.
Okay, to go off topic, I'm trying
Good, I
to
can
end
give
the
you one of my
people's
wigs.
suffering of 45 minutes. So.
All right, we're going.
Be
We're good.
quiet, bitch! I'll fight you and break your ankle.
Mother, to stop it. Oh my God! All right, go.
Bailey's body isn't on her leg.
What is? Ow.
Yeah, that's what happens when she crouches, which is why she doesn't crouch in the series.
This
Yeah,
is why
thank
we
you guys so
can't
much
get
for watching
episodes
this.
done fast.
If
This is
you
why
guys
we can't have
enjoy,
nice things.
Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff.
Sus-
You know, do the
Subscribble
things.
my izzle.
Subscribbles.
subscribble.
Extra salt on those frizzles.
Wait, Mitch, I have a question. Who's my dad?
Well, your dad just left.
He
Oh.
got kicked.
He went to go get
He
milk.
got kicked.
It's been gone for 13 years.
I'll never see
Zavina,
it.
in a sense, is your stepdad. I am your mother.
Oh,
Zoo is your dad. Oh, there he is.
My father, he's returned.
You get back from the grocery store 13 years later with the milk.
Ah, my daughter. I want you to start.
Jesus. All right, guys.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for
Family
watching. We hope you enjoyed, and thank you for all the support in this series. Much love and kisses. Thank
Next
you.
week we'll be back to normal, most likely.
Yep, we'll be
So,
back next week.
thank you all. We all love you.
Oh God, broke her house. All right, later. Goodbye,
okay,
everybody.
all y'all need to get out of my house. Y'all are out of my house. Get out. The party's over. Ah! Oh no!
Wow. Hmm?